Attention, inhabitants of Earth. This is an urgent recall notice from the Universal Quality Control Department. We regret to inform you that the product line known as Homo sapiens, or as you call yourselves, humans, is being recalled across the galaxy. The reason? Critical system failures, rapidly degrading hardware, emotional software full of bugs, and a central processing unit that freezes whenever it has to decide what to watch on Netflix. If you are hearing this voice, congratulations. You are the proud owner of one of the most poorly assembled biological machines in the history of the cosmos. Look in the mirror. You walk around with your nose in the air, thinking you are the pinnacle of evolution. You think you are a masterpiece? No, you are a rough draft. You are the homework assignment that the creator finished at 3 a.m. on a Sunday after drinking too much cheap wine. Today, we are conducting a full system review, a cosmic roast, if you will, of that sack of meat and anxiety you call a body. We will go from your fragile head to your useless toes. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will want to speak to the manager and demand a refund. Welcome to The Universe Roasts. And this is why your body is an engineering disaster. Let's begin with the main structural support, the spine. Originally, the mammalian spine was designed like a suspension bridge. It was perfect for walking on 4 legs. It distributed weight evenly, an elegant arch of bone and muscle. It worked beautifully for your ancestors. But then, about 6 million years ago, some ape had a terrible idea. Hey guys, what if we stood up? It would look so cool. And so, you took that bridge and you forced it to become a tower. Do you understand the engineering stupidity of this? You cannot take the blueprints of a bridge and expect it to function as a skyscraper. The consequence? Gravity. Relentless, unforgiving gravity. Now, the entire weight of your heavy head, your chest, and that questionable diet you call a stomach is all crushing down on a single, terrified point, the lower back. This is why 80% of you will experience debilitating back pain at some point in your life. You are the only species on this planet that can slip a disc just by bending over to tie a shoelace. Dogs don't get back pain. Horses don't need chiropractors. Just you. And it gets worse. Look at your knees. To walk on 2 legs, you sacrificed stability for, well, I'm not sure what for. Maybe so you could reach the top shelf of the refrigerator. The human knee is a mechanical nightmare. It has to support your entire body weight, yet it is held together by ligaments that are basically wet rubber bands. A professional athlete can train for 20 years, build muscle like a Greek god, and then snap. One wrong turn, one awkward landing, and the anterior cruciate ligament, ACL, is gone. Career over. Imagine buying a car and the salesman says, "Oh, this car is fast, but if you turn the steering wheel to the left too quickly, the wheels will fall off. Good luck." That is your body, a luxury interior inside a chassis made of glass. If the spine is a hardware failure, then the throat is a crime against city planning. Let's look at the blueprints. You have a pipe to bring oxygen to your lungs, the trachea. You have a pipe to shove pizza into your stomach, the esophagus. A smart engineer would keep these two systems completely separate, like the water pipes and the electrical wiring in your house. You don't want water in your fuse box, correct? But no. Evolution said, let's merge them into a single tunnel right in the middle of the neck. What could go wrong? Here is what goes wrong. Every time you swallow, you are playing a game of Russian roulette. You rely on a tiny, flimsy flap of tissue called the epiglottis. Its only job is to close the airway when you eat. If it closes 0.1 seconds too late, or if you try to laugh at one of my jokes while eating, congratulations, you die, choked to death by a piece of broccoli. Look at the dolphin. Dolphins are smarter than you. Their breathing hole is on top of their head, connected directly to the lungs. Their mouth is only for eating. A dolphin cannot choke on its food. It is physically impossible. Meanwhile, thousands of humans die from choking every year. You die from eating. The most basic survival function is also a potential assassination attempt by your own anatomy. It's not a feature, it's a bug. And don't get me started on wisdom teeth. Why? Why do you grow extra teeth in a mouth that has no room for them, usually in your 20s? They serve no purpose. They just erupt from your gums like rebellious teenagers, smashing into your other teeth, causing pain, infection, and costing you thousands of dollars to remove. It's like trying to park a semi-truck in a compact car spot. Wisdom tooth, hey, is there room for me? Jaw, no, we are full. Wisdom tooth, I don't care. Prepare for suffering. Let's talk about how you propagate your species. If this were a business proposal, I would fire the entire design team immediately. In almost every other mammal species, birth is efficient. Is it pleasant? Probably not, but it is quick. A gazelle drops a baby. The baby shakes off the goo, and 15 minutes later, it is running away from a cheetah. But humans, because you insisted on walking upright, remembered the stupid spine. Your hips got narrower, but at the same time, your brains got bigger. Big head, small exit. Do you see the problem? Before modern medicine, childbirth was the leading cause of death for women. It is a biological bottleneck that nearly wiped you out. And the result of this 9-month hostage situation and traumatic exit, the most useless creature on the planet. A human baby is defective on arrival. It cannot walk. It cannot see clearly. It cannot feed itself. It cannot even lift its own head. Its only skills are screaming at a frequency designed to shatter glass and pooping. You have to keep it alive, feed it, and protect it for at least 10 to 15 years before it contributes anything of value to society. And even then, at age 30, it might still be living in your basement. Evolution traded physical maturity for brain power. Humans are born prematurely compared to other mammals because if you stayed in the womb any longer, your head would be too big to get out. You are early access software released with missing files just to meet the deadline. But Lord Sharon, you say, We have intelligence. We built the pyramids. We went to the moon. Yes, I admit your central processing unit, CPU, is powerful. But the operating system? It is Vista at best. Let's talk about the doorway effect. You are sitting on the couch. You think, I need the scissors from the kitchen. You stand up, walk through the doorway, and bam, data wiped. You stand there, staring at the refrigerator like a lobotomized zombie, wondering who you are and why you are here. That is a RAM failure, plain and simple. Or how about confirmation bias? Your brain is programmed to believe what it wants to believe, not what is true. You see a fake news headline that agrees with your opinion. Your brain screams, facts. You see scientific evidence that proves you are wrong. Your brain says, fake news. This is not intelligence. This is a hard-coded logical fallacy. And the worst part, mental illness. Humans are the only species that worries about things that haven't happened yet and might never happen. A zebra is only stressed when a lion is actually chasing it. When the lion is gone, the zebra goes back to eating grass. But you lie in bed at 3 a.m., heart pounding, sweating cold sweat, replaying an awkward conversation you had 5 years ago, or panicking about whether inflation will ruin your retirement in the year 2060. Your brain is a survival machine designed for the jungle, but it is trapped in an office cubicle. It treats an angry email from your boss with the same chemical response as a saber-toothed tiger attack. The result? Chronic stress, depression, anxiety. Your body literally poisons itself with cortisol just because you have a deadline. It is absurd. The list of design flaws goes on forever. Let's do a quick speed run of the bloatware, the useless features you can't uninstall. The appendix, a ticking time bomb in your gut. It does nothing, or very little, but one day it might decide to get infected, explode, and kill you. Brilliant design, 5 stars. The tailbone, coccyx. You don't have a tail. So why do you have a tailbone? Just to remind you that your ancestors could swing from trees better than you? It serves no purpose other than to cause immense pain when you fall on your butt. The blind spot. Your optic nerve is attached backwards. It punches a hole through your retina, creating a blind spot in your vision. Your brain has to Photoshop the image to fill in the gap. You don't see reality. You see a post-processed render. Male testicles. Visual. 2 eggs hanging from a cliff. Putting the most important genetic material in a bag outside the main armor, completely unprotected, dangling between the legs where they are most vulnerable to attack. The engineer who approved this blueprint should be fired immediately. So, there you have it. The human body. A spine that breaks, a throat that chokes, a birth that kills, a brain that panics, and an appendix waiting to explode. By all the engineering standards of the universe, you should have gone extinct a long time ago. A design this flawed has no right to survive in the wild. But, and I hate to admit this, you are still here. Somehow, this messy, patched up, glitchy disaster of a machine actually works. You used your aching backs to build skyscrapers. You used your anxious brains to create art, music, and philosophy. You took these fragile, water-filled bodies and threw them into the vacuum of space. Perhaps your flaws are your greatest feature. Because you are so weak, you were forced to cooperate. You were forced to build tools. You were forced to outsmart your own hardware. But don't get too arrogant. You are still a buggy beta build. And as the system administrator, I am debating whether to release the Human 2.0 patch, which involves letting AI take over, or just formatting the hard drive and starting over with the cockroaches. Until then, try to stand up straight, if your back allows it. Chew your food carefully, and try not to let your appendix kill you. I am Sharon, and I am watching you with deep disappointment. Call to action. If your back hurt while watching this video, hit the like button. If you think wisdom teeth are a scam, hit subscribe. And comment below, which body part would you like to return to the manufacturer for a full refund?